Rocky cuddle and watch Smack DVD. I don't cuddle. I be licking this nigga braids like, I don't do that. That's not. I know you don't do that. I do that. I do that.
I love that clip so much.
I do that.
You would be doing that. I do that.
Oh my god.
I lick this dude's brains like, ah.
Alright. Episode 17, right? Question mark. 17.
Almost legal. Almost legal.
Yeah.
Sweet 17.
I'm like your average Redditor. I got the countdown going down.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Actually, I feel like for Reddit, the countdown is when you can stop liking them.
Oh yeah. Like a Leonardo DiCaprio thing. When they hit 25.
I remember people were doing that with it for Billie Eilish. Yes. I remember that.
Yeah, that was my first thought when Steven said that. That's wild how many years ago that
yeah, same.
I mean, I'll be honest, I was part of the hype for that, but I was also under 18, so it's a lot less creepy.
I think you guys are her age, and I'm a year younger.
We're like, yeah, I think she's like really close to age with us, so like,
I don't even know if that's something we would think about then. I mean, I get we privy to this cover. I don't know if y'all had this. I was also like, because I feel like everyone has some level of this where they bandwagon hate popular stuff just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what. Like sometimes you just open to things right away. And sometimes you're just sick of hearing people yap about stuff. I still have that.
Yeah.
But
mine is definitely, especially the latter.
Yeah, I was definitely like a Billy hater, like year 1 or 2. You know what I mean? Like when you.
Yeah, I was kind of the same. I wouldn't say like hater, but I definitely like. I mean, Bad Guy was annoying. I mean, it still is. I'm not gonna lie. It's not bad, but
I have warmed up to that song since it was. But there's a version that's featuring Justin Bieber that's actually pretty good, or like it's better.
I'd heard of her before Bad Guy became big, so I knew enough about her where I'm like,
hipster.
Oh, she's like. So I kind of like. I can't say I listened to her. Just like 2 songs maybe, but like it wasn't enough for me to be like, God, the song's annoying. It was more just like, oh, that's cool. She's like big now.
Yeah. I think it was.
It felt like overnight.
I think it was also like, because I think that first album came out in 2019, and like
it was on my birthday. I remember that.
I'm a drastically different person now than I was 5 years ago, so I wasn't the like yes girl slay kind of guy. So I was like, oh, fucking white girl music, dude.
Starbucks having it.
I think I've more than atoned for that by now, though, because I am but a stair for her to walk on. Up into the staircase of success.
80% of the best music I listen to is white girl music.
Oh hell yeah!
That statistic is definitely very inflated, but
to Billie Eilish,
that's the one.
I don't know.
That's the one. Super popular. I will always be a Taylor Swift hater. It doesn't matter what she does at this point. I will hate her eternally.
I was literally gonna ask.
I like her
because I was worried.
I like her and she's hot, but her music opinion. It's not bad. It's not awesome, but it's not bad. That's just how I feel about her. She's it's just in the middle. She's pretty good.
I remember at my friend's Aidan's house growing up. I can't speak right now. My other friend Aidan. It's a different one.
Yeah.
But like we'd go on and they'd have like the family computer and we'd all like cuddle around, like kind of huddle around it.
Yeah.
huddle around and like play Club Penguin, Pop Tropica, shit like that. And I remember there was a time where his sister changed the background to like a collage of Taylor Swift pictures. And I was so annoyed with her that when we all sat down for lunch, I pulled her chair out because she changed the picture on her computer.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I remember that because also then parents started doing the whole like, oh, he's mean because he likes you thing, and they started saying that. And I had this weird moment where I'm like, I gotta prove him wrong and stop being mean to her. But then the other time I'm like, but I'm gonna be twice as mean. I should be twice as mean to offset me liking her.
Oh my god.
It's okay, she was older than me, so there's a lot less bullying.
Yeah.
Actually, I got another story. Because my sister would have friends over a lot when she was in high school and I was like elementary school. And every time one of her guy friends would put on Bruno Mars, I'd call him gay, I'd point at him. I thought Bruno Mars like the girliest. I was a Bruno Mars hater for so long.
Man.
I don't know what was wrong with me.
I didn't like Hey Soul Sister.
And I always thought he was kind of like okay.
Soul Sister's Train.
Oh yeah.
Hey Soul Sister. That's Train.
It's
that's
a good song, but
Train.
Hey,
I don't know why.
Sister.
What happened to Train, man? That dude was so good and they just kind of disappeared.
And you know what annoys me though is that they released an album, I want to say 2022. It's fucking fantastic and it's just definitely completely overlooked.
Train?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, a really, really good album, AM Gold. I've definitely played, I don't know for you, Steve. I think Aaron, I showed you a couple songs from it. No, Steve, I did show you one called Cleopatra, but like, that was a long time ago. Listen to that damn album, or like, we'll do it after. It's so good. Oh my god.
I'm down.
I don't know if they've made anything since. Like, they might have had like a live album or something, but.
I'm not seeing it.
AM Gold 2022.
Oh, they have another one. Postcard from Tahoe.
That might be a live one though. Because do the tracks say like stuff they've already
Shake Up Christmas, Mittens, 50 Ways. Okay, I think it's just a live show.
Yeah.
What's this one? Serious.
I wish you could sort those.
Oh, he has a single.
Like a new one?
Yeah.
It's also a band.
Oh yeah, is it featuring him or?
Oh, so yes, no, it's featuring Train.
Okay.
I remember that being good. It's been a minute since I listened to that. It's also funny talking about a really good album plus a bit about like Taylor Swift. Today was what's up, comic?
It was good.
Hey, comic.
Hello.
Like a hold silence for 5 seconds and then like
there was a build up to that. There was suspense, tension.
The climax.
So,
just like SpongeBob.
I remember when System of a Down came out. I can't begin to like describe the insane.
The Hatsune Miku, dude, that was such a good song.
What?
Oh wait, not System of a Down. Oh my god. What am I thinking of?
Do you mean Set It Off?
Oh my god.
Wow, we are mixing up artists left and right now. That's a really good song, though.
All I'm asking is, why did Aaron think of System of a Down, like, from climaxing?
No, because before you joined, we were talking about, like, artists and, like, albums that have been released by, like, artists that haven't made albums in, like, years. So I can't begin to describe, like, how, like, unreal it felt when my friend sent me, he was like, Aaron, there's System of a Down made 2 new songs. And I'm like, at that point, I was so used to it being like a joke, like there was like a boy who cried wolf kind of thing. I was like, yeah, that's funny. And then he was like, I'm serious. And I looked at it, I'm like, how is this real? And this is back in like 2020. This is the first time in like 15 or 16 years that they dropped any material at all.
Straight
like
15 years, it looks like.
Yeah, 2005 was their last album, and then they made like a EP with 2 songs in 2020.
It's like every few months when I reach out to my friend John and tell him there's a new Hunter x Hunter season coming out. Just the clickbait.
I hope one day they make more music because they're great.
Hell yeah.
They're getting old too.
That's
I love how confidently I fucked up those bands.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That would be insane if System of a Down collabed with Miku. Imagine that.
Bro,
yeah, I was about to say
that would be amazing.
I remembered. It was record store day today. And for one, the Taylor Swift thing reminded me. It's just Elle and I have a running bit where when we're like in public and like shopping for stuff and whatever, and we see Taylor Swift merch, I'll like point to it and say kind of loudly to Elle like, "Oh, you love Taylor Swift, right? Like, oh, do you want me to get you this?" Like, we just like try and out each other for being Taylor Swift fans. And
That's great.
my mom did that to me today, and I was like, I don't like this game anymore. Yeah,
I don't like this game.
yeah. Record store day was fire though. I had sent the thing about it earlier, but I got 5 more vinyls. Ella got like a couple special edition ones she was like trying to get, which is good because last year she didn't get anything, and it was because she wanted like a very specific special edition, but she didn't get it, and then she got bummed and was like, "No, I'm not gonna get it."
No.
So she was cooler about it this year. She got Weezer Blue, like the classic Weezer cover.
Yes.
Which is really funny. I'm very happy because I got like I think it's Coldplay's 8th album, Everyday Life, which came out in 2019. And I think I've only listened to it once. It's like the one I have the least experience with. I didn't pick up a single song from it when I listened through it the first time, so I assumed it was like unremarkable from what I remembered. But I got it anyway because that was the only one I was missing. So now I have all the Coldplay albums, I think, pretty much. I'm gonna listen to it again. But I got so much stuff. The one I'm really happy about is there's one. The thing I usually do is like, you know, like you'll recognize a album cover, and you might know like a couple singles from it, but you might not have heard the whole album. I have a lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Same.
that classic Gorillaz cover where it's like the 4 of them and like the 4 squares.
Yeah.
Like I haven't listened to that entire album yet, but the individual songs I know from it are all legitimately incredible. That was the closest I got to almost getting one just off of the singles, but I should. That's the thing. Is like my takeaway from today is that I need to listen to more albums in full because I think I've gotten most of them. I want to say now I have like just under 40 vinyl records, so I need to listen to more stuff.
Dang.
But I did a first where I bought a vinyl not only from an album I haven't listened to, from an artist I've never heard of, but it was $15 and I figured it was worth it because the band's name is the Flying Burrito Bros.
Hey.
And I was like, for
Shout out.
I was like, for $15, and this. Wait, let me turn on the light. I think this says. I want to say this says. This is from 1985, and it just looks like 4 people that are like someone's dads and grandpas or uncles, like, and I don't know the track list. We got Wheels.
I gotta look them up now.
Burrito number 2, Hickory Wind, Do Right Woman, Uncle Pen, Louisiana Man, She Belongs to Me, 6 Days on the Road, Mr. Spaceman, and Bulger. Yeah, fucking the Flying Burrito Bros. I haven't listened to them yet.
I love them.
Like I haven't put this vinyl on somewhere yet, but that's fucking awesome. The Flying Burrito Bros.
There's quite
That could
humorous.
be you.
Could be. I was like.
It could be us.
After Taco Bell.
That could be all of us.
Yeah. So I was like, for $15, it'd be stupid not to buy it.
I keep saying it. We gotta do the strangercast album.
Yeah.
Yes, dude, we gotta. Dude, I can like literally just like mix and master all of it, and then you guys just like, yeah.
Yeah, I
do
can
whatever.
see it now. Brady's on bass, Steven's on drums. Me and Aaron are making out in the back. Jay can make the song titles. Aidan's
Aidan's the singer.
He's the mascot.
He's singing it every time he jumps.
Aidan's just playing, standing at the fucking triangle at the end of every
Oh,
song.
Aiden's absolutely a triangle player.
But he gets like a gong, and he just like
Yeah.
Aiden so gives tambourine.
It's like
Yeah.
good gong, or if it fits its tone, it's there.
No, even if it doesn't fit the tone, every song has sign out. It's a giant gong.
That'd be really funny.
Just lighting up Bohemian Rhapsody after every single song on the album.
That would be a really fucking funny thing to do.
And
An
then,
album is legit the transition between every song. It's like not smooth. It's like this big, loud, abrupt gong.
No.
We could like maybe change it up a little bit too. Just add weird effects. Like one of them is really distorted and loud.
It should be for like,
another one is like really muffled.
Like something chill, like lo-fi or classical or something too. Like something that totally takes you out of the experience.
Yeah.
Wait. We got every song.
That's all Aidan's part. That's all Aidan's part, and all after it goes strangercast, and then it goes to the next song.
Jesus.
No, I was gonna say, what if every song ended with the gong, and the next song began with the ringing of the gong?
Ooh,
That would go.
You go what?
That would be nice.
How do you
That go hard.
It's gonna cut out
go hard. Oh my god.
You got hard.
You're very mean. You're a very mean man, Steven.
Thank you. I try.
That's what they used to call you, mean man Steven.
What?
They used to call you mean man Steven.
Mean Man Steven?
Yeah, that's what they used to call you.
They used to call me Clown Aaron.
Wait, who are the they that were? Who are the theys?
Wait a
who
minute.
are we speaking of?
Everyone.
Wait a minute, we can't just move what the hell
Oh
is
yeah.
that?
Clown Aaron?
So glad you heard. What?
Clown Aaron?
Yeah,
Clown Aaron.
I'm Clown Aaron.
Where is it? Clown Aaron with the honk changes the timing every single time.
Yeah. It's like it could be at any given point of the podcast. You don't know.
Well, like imagine just Clown Aaron always has to have the sound effect with it. It could be a minute after. It could be before he says
It could be
it.
in the next podcast. Yeah.
Like Aaron randomly honks the horn, and it's down to like the end of the podcast. He says, "Yeah, that's it from Clown Aaron." It's just nothing.
So you're like, uh-oh, when is it gonna happen next time?
It can happen at any time.
It just like like Brady just edits it, so like it gets progressively louder each time he honks it.
Oh,
Exactly.
Sorry.
That wasn't a horn that time. That sounded like he punched a goose.
Yeah, I punched a seagull. Anyway, for context, it's a clarinet.
Which,
I've been playing a clarinet.
if you could punch any like annoying animal, what would it be?
Oh, that's a
like,
good
out of the
question.
Simpsons?
Like out of any like animal that's ever like.
Yo!
What'd you say?
nothing.
Kill wife, regret.
My stank wife.
Oh god, okay, what is it? That's a
Animal
good
ever,
question.
like
Punch an
inconvenienced
annoying
you,
animal.
like a goose that like annoyed you, a seagull that was calling too loud, like any in that regard.
That's so specific.
But you have one. I know you
What has
do.
annoyed me the most? Like like you look at it and you're like,
I'd punch that stupid moth that like ruined my Zaxby's meal by like when I went outside
yeah.
Zaxby's meal like 7 years ago. He just like flew straight into my chicken nuggets and started like having an orgasm or something. I was like, dude,
Then really, right in front of my salad.
He dusted you.
that was in my salad. That was my everything.
I was right in my salad. Nice going, buddy. It took us 3 days to make that potato salad.
It's like,
3 days.
way to go, buddy. 3 days.
Okay, I gotta put it away. I'm putting it away now. That was the last of Clown Aaron we're getting for today.
No,
No.
he's not done with us.
Okay, for the animal though, man,
Do you have like an alligator that once like sat in front of your car, Florida man?
I wish. For living in Florida, I like rarely see alligators. Also, that is the best image I've ever seen. That's so true. I always say that Florida is the penis of the United States, and Texas is the ball sack.
What?
How often does that come up in conversation to you?
Like,
I guess enough for me to have made it that.
I can vouch for him say this.
All I can imagine is Aaron sitting in fucking math class. When the answer to 5 puts up his hand, Aaron, I think Florida's the dick of the country. And Texas is the ball sack.
And I've been to both places. Those are like the most important.
Aaron has paid special attention to the dick and balls of this country.
Oh, of course, New Orleans is the ball, the butthole.
The butthole.
New Orleans. That's so stupid.
New Orleans.
It's like a white person pronouncing like any Mexican food.
Can I get a taco? St. Louis.
It's St. Louis.
Yeah, can I get a quesadilla? Yeah.
Oh my god. Dude, I was in Colorado. I think this was like in 2020 when I took a trip, and so my uncle lived there at that time, and we visited him. And the first thing that we do when we get there, it was like a 7-hour flight, and we're like, all right, we're gonna go to Taco Bell or like Wendy's. But no, it was Taco Bell because my uncle ordered. He said, "This is like the hardest I've tried not to laugh." Like I didn't want to be mean, but I was laughing at him because he was like, "Can I get 2 quesadillas, please?" And I'm like, "Bro, you're like 38. How do you not know the word quesadilla?"
Extra jalapenos.
I got one worse for you. My friend was like, "You got any quesadillas?"
Or that guy that happened like after the hurricane, he was like, "Man, we gotta pick up all this debris." That's my favorite thing ever. That guy is. Shout out to him.
I think about
Mr.
To be
Debris.
fair, why is there an S?
I don't know. English is weird, honestly. I don't blame him.
Why is there like, oh, it's silent letters? Then they shouldn't be there.
I know. There's like
Blame
no
the
point.
French.
You're right.
Bro, their 2 has an X in it.
What?
2 in French is 2. It's spelled like that.
Yeah.
Dang.
Let's do it. Where's the X?
Yeah, it's Dukes.
Dukes.
Duke.
English is the craziest language.
It is. It's the language of every rule matters, except for every instance where it doesn't.
Yeah. And we just kind of made up rules where we went on.
Yeah, English just is a case by case letter. Every letter, every word.
I wonder, do you guys ever think about like what did Aidan just put in the podcast chat? W group chat. What?
At the hell. What the hell?
What the
I think it was supposed to be 2 separate messages, I'm assuming.
What was I was just about to say something, but I forgot.
Yeah, it has that ability. I think Brady said before, though, just the way Aidan texts is so unique. Just like, it's a single stream of consciousness.
Well, cause
no periods, no like separate messages.
Because he's the kind of guy that'll type when he'll be like typing something. He's like, actually, I think this. No, or he'll type like, how about this? No, actually, maybe this. Like he'll type out the hmms and the
He never presses backspace.
That's like
he deleted his backspace button.
Ever since I like started telling people about like that texting habit of Aaron, I've been trying to find one of my favorite Kanye tweets ever. Is he tweets something like that where he's like, I think this. Nah, actually, never mind.
actually-
I think this. Like, in the same... Like, I just needed... I know, it's so dumb. It's so funny. Yeah.
Sometimes I like to pretend that I have like text to or speech to text on, so I'll be like I'll type out the words like, and there'll be like no commas or like any sort of like punctuation. It'll just be like, "Hey Google, turn on text to voice. Hi guys, I am messaging you right now. I'm driving my car." Like, you know, something
That's
like that. Even though I'm
great.
literally just not.
Oh my God.
And at the end, I like to be like, how do you turn it off? Oh God, please turn it. Oh God, thank you. And then it'll just end. So I got I don't I probably mentioned this on a podcast already. I'm starting a band with my brother and his friend
Yeah.
and this girl, a drummer girl, and it'll be Slay. But the girl has like she's like a director of like an orchestral metal thing.
Oh.
So we're joining that too, which is gonna be insane. We're gonna be playing like Avenged Sevenfold songs and
Oh.
like yeah, just a bunch of stuff. We're Black Parade too. We're gonna play in the future, but
Ooh.
um, I play clarinet, and which is why I had it out to begin with, the stupid clown horn thing, and then electric guitar. I'm excited for that,
That
and
is...
then also to just be in a band because that was like something I'd always wanted to do. Have you got? I mean, do any of you guys like actually like play instruments, or am I the music man? Oh,
I just noticing. That's it.
I
I just heard it.
I'm like
You going?
I'm like maybe okay singing, and then I can clunkily play the piano.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
remember you showing me like you sang before. It was good.
If
It
it's
was
what
just
I'm
like Ella
thinking
or
of,
something.
if it's what I'm thinking of, maybe. Um, yeah, I don't know. It depends on, I guess, like the song or whatever. Like I don't even know the factors. Like sometimes I just don't sound good. Sometimes I do. Um, I don't know. It's fun to do, but
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
yeah. I'm like, sorry.
No, I
You
just,
can.
I don't know. Like I'd love to make music and stuff, but it's like I'm not very learned in that realm.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I don't know. I wouldn't even say I'm like super great at singing. It's very weird in the place that I'm in currently because like I think I used to be like god awful like when I first started trying because I mean I was like like I was going through puberty and I don't know. My voice was just kind of annoying back then, like when I was like 13. So, um, but I don't know. I feel like I can hit notes and I can definitely like I can maneuver my voice very well. Like the Brady, like the time where I was like la, 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 or whatever. But I feel like the actual tone of my singing voice, if that makes sense, like is just kind of like that's what I want to work on. Like it's just I feel like I have the skills, but the tone itself is like not as listenable as I want it to be.
Mm.
And like I feel like my it's not annoying. I feel like my voice is just like it's hard to describe. Like I mean everyone's just different. I'm
Yeah.
sure someone would like it, but actually I have some pretty good Party and Pants songs where I was like, wow, I kind of popped off vocally there.
Oh yeah.
Um, so yeah. Anyway, yeah. When are we doing Stranger Cast band?
I don't know.
what
That'd be
what I
actually
say?
so fun.
Stranger sex party.
Stranger Sex Party. Yes, and that's basically an orgy most of the time. But
Yeah, but it fits.
yeah, no, I like that. Stranger
It's pretty.
Stranger Sex
It's
Party.
pretty unapologetic.
Yeah. Imagine we get like a venue and it's like introducing Stranger Sex Party. Everyone's just like, huh?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
But yeah, that's all that's going on in my life right now. I can't think of anything else other than just the music stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, that's fair. I Man. Well, for one, I have like a couple weeks left of school. Like I think so. Right now, it's April 20th. I think my last.
Oh yeah, 420 day.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
it is.
not only is it 420, it's a palindrome.
And it's his birthday.
That's awesome. Wow, I saw a couple of 420 tweets. It didn't register to me that was today. I literally just learned that. Okay. Wow. The 2 hours to spare. So I think my last day is like either May 9th or 10th, which is chill. I still have like that fan fiction to do and stuff. Like I still am like always carrying something overdue now, which is so strange because I've never had that problem, but this semester just got weird. I don't know what it was. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I've already not on here, but I guess I've already talked at length about that. It's just been weird. Like I don't know if it's the combination of classes or the class or there's something wrong. I don't know what it is, especially because it's not hard work. Like it should be, if anything, fun work. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean sometimes it just be like that, you know.
Yeah, like one friend called it burnout because he said he has the same thing, but like, surely you can't always be burned out too, right? Like you can't. And what would I have done to burn myself out? Because I don't feel like I'm super going above and beyond. I kind of always have like had that problem, or it was like built into me, maybe around middle school or whatever, to just like take the path of least resistance or whatever, you know, just do bare minimum and that kind of thing. Semi, I don't know. So I don't know what it's been. I think it's also partially like some of these professors have been really lenient with late work, and I think they're enabling me.
Oh,
because
yeah.
If I submit my thing 2 weeks late and I get like a 95, you're just giving me a free pass to do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, why not? Yeah.
Oh man,
I'm so jealous. The teachers I get, like, if I'm 10 minutes late, I'll lose 50%.
To be fair, that's this semester.
Oh my.
And one professor is really lenient, but only if you like ask for an extension or whatever, or if you let her know before it's due. But if it's even a minute after it's due, then you are kind of fucked.
I think that's somewhat fair.
Yeah. I mean, because she really encourages asking for extensions, because I guess she's like, it's a thing that people do in the professional world. I feel like I get what she's going for, where making people comfortable with that concept, like, it's not always a bad thing to be like, hey, you know, like, I just need a little extra time for this thing. Like, to be comfortable with asking that, I guess that's not a bad thing to learn. But I don't know how the other students in the class have taken advantage of it, because I have this professor for 2 classes this semester. So I don't know how other kids I don't know how other kids go about this, but like I worry it's a little too enabling.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the effect it's having on me. Is like, if you tell me I can submit my shit late as long as I let you know beforehand, then my due date has extended. That's
why wouldn't I?
That's how I interpret that. And I still always do stuff like last minute or the day before, and I've like always done it like that, I guess. At least definitely through high school. And it was the same mindset, is like, I'll stop doing this when it stops working out. Like,
yeah,
I would get to high school, like, I'd get off the bus, grab like a bacon, egg, and cheese or something, sit down at like 7:10 and like crank out some essay or some shit before 8 and submit it, and I would get like 90 something. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They've grandfathered me into some bad work habits, I think.
Yeah, I've said the same thing way too many times.
Yeah.
My story for it, though, it was always I'll say middle school social studies, just to be safe, I guess.
Oh yeah. Well, you said Mr. D before, I think. That's fine.
Okay, so yeah, Mr. D's class.
Yeah.
The big project we had for him, it was the whole thing. Like, we did it for like the entire second half of the year, and you know, we had to do the check-ins every few weeks and like about the topic and all this shit. and I had nothing. I literally went the entire time, never handed anything in. I never had anything to give him.
Yeah.
Like the day before it was due, he pulled me and my mom in. And it was like, I'm just letting you know, Steven hasn't submitted anything. I don't know what it's going to be like, but most likely it'll fail because I don't know what it is. And I was like, all right, fuck you, I'm doing this. So I just did it that night. I made 2 months worth of work just appear out of thin air.
Yeah. And
That's insane.
and granted,
And then not only that,
Uh-huh.
but this is the biggest insult to injury for me. Or not to me, but I got a 95 on it. Amazing job. Aidan, who had checked in with Mr. D every week. Mr. D had said verbatim he loves the topic, loves the direction it's going. Got a 75.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
And it's just kind of like, do I need to care?
Dude, that was my big
Feels
thing in
that
high
way
school.
for sure.
That was my big thing in high school because like,
Oh, especially after the pandemic.
oh yeah, but even you believe it or not, man, even leading up to it, like yes, definitely, like you got away with so much bad stuff, like bad scholarship, during COVID and during like online classes and stuff. But even in the year leading up to it, like sophomore year of high school, there was a professor, this history professor, who I had, I think 2 years in a row, sophomore and junior year. We did the work, me and a friend, we like did the work the first half of the year. Then the second half of the year we kind of caught on. People were just submitting this dude like corrupted word files. Like you would just take a word file, name it, the name of the assignment, then put it into this site and it would just break your file. So when you tried to open, it was just so when you tried to open it, it would say like there's an error. And he would just look at that, see you submitted it, maybe not even click on it,
Remember this?
give you a random number between 90 and 100. Like, it didn't matter what you submitted him. And he was like the kind of professor that was like, he must have only been teaching because he like, I don't know. He was more interested in, he was a wrestling coach and he was clearly more interested in that because like kids from the wrestling team would show up and they would just chat for like the entire time.
I had
and,
classes like that.
Yeah, and so we just like wouldn't do any work. We just fuck around. So for like 2 years.
Those are some of my favorite classes.
Yeah, and granted, like that was chill, but it was totally, it really cemented in me that like the idea of school being more of like a game or like a system than like school. You know, like it's something you can cheat.
Yeah.
Like workarounds and stuff. Like I don't have any qualms about.
Yeah, for better for worse.
Yeah, I don't have qualms about cheating in school because like I think the mindset was if everyone else is doing it, you're kind of putting yourself at the disadvantage by not doing it. And that was also something, and maybe that's like a wrong mindset to have, but it was just something that was like,
It's what we're taught. I had the exact same experience in high school.
It was pretty much what I was taught. That's what sank into me in high school. There's multiple classes where we did that corrupted file thing. And like, just, I don't know, you could just get away with so much crap and everyone was doing it.
Dude.
It's like, why wouldn't you? Because
Yeah.
some of that carried through to college because like you have to take core classes alongside your major things. So I took like the one we were really relentless with was I think I retook because I figure if I have to take a science core and like a math core and stuff, I might as well take the easiest one possible because I'm not going to take any other courses in these subjects as long as I'm alive. So I just need to get these out of the way. Like I just need to take one math class in college, one science class in college. I don't have to think about them anymore. So I took biology, which I took freshman year of high school. So I took that again in freshman year of college. Granted, it was kind of neat because he also specialized the topics more around viruses and like COVID and the pandemic. So he made it like relevant learning. That was actually kind of cool. For math, I did pre-calculus, which I took junior year of high school. So I took that again. That was a whole other mess because the professor she structured that class really shittily. But in that biology class, the tests were easy as hell. I mean, like he would give you like these like tinier quizzes and then all those quiz questions would get recycled on the test. But I would just, you just have a list of it on your phone, put it to the side. He's on the other side of the damn room. He's looking at his computer. He's not walking around. So it's like, boom, all right, I'm just going to cheat. Like, why would you just not do that? Like you're learning.
Yeah.
I did pick up, I probably learned some neat things, but that's just, I don't know. Like if I'll care as much as the professor cares. That's kind of a big thing. And like,
Yeah,
A lot of those
for
teachers
sure.
in high school did not care, and there's a lot of teachers in college who don't care, or just like are the kind of
Yeah, even
teacher.
more so it seems.
It's bad, man. Like you know the kind of teachers, like the PowerPoint teachers, where they just take a PowerPoint someone else made and
Uh,
just work off that. Like I have that. Like that's in
yeah,
college, and like
Yeah.
people are like paying their lives away for this. Like,
I I had a teacher who couldn't even bother to change the name on the original one.
dude, like legit,
It
like
was someone else's name on the slides.
yeah. My God.
what a shameless of
And
that.
like recycle
No,
tests, like recycle the whole course is recycled. It's just like someone is
it's
just there to facilitate it.
it's absolutely crazy. I've
Mhm.
seen so much less effort in college from teachers than I have in high school.
It's
Yeah,
It's I can't say. Granted, my memory is shakier in high school. I it's a mixed bag. It's definitely a mixed bag. There were definitely teachers who cared in high school and like put some effort in. And same deal with college, but like it was very mixed in both places. It was wild. The shit. I don't know. Like it's so. And then
I I remember in high school I used to complain the teachers cared too much, and now
now I'm like
Abs-
now I'd kill for that.
abs-
You know, like college,
literally
man. It's sparing. I mean, granted, I know I've had really good professors in college. Not again, not many. Um, and maybe it's just I didn't drive with the class. Maybe it wasn't even personal to them. I've had a lot of that where I just didn't really like the class, but that kind of anyway, yada yada. But the way this shit's manifested, man, like I had said that thing, like it made me not. I think a lot of people were like proud to graduate high school. It made me not consider like I didn't consider it an achievement. I still don't, in my case, because like a pet rock could get through that school if that was like what we were doing. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I don't know, man. And so and you know like there's some students who are clearly like problem students all throughout their career, and like they'll get passed through in some way or another anyway. So like everyone's getting like, at least in that school, man, everyone was getting through. Like no one was not graduating. They weren't just gonna do that. Um,
Mhm.
so I don't know, man. Like I don't know. I was also just weird that day. I guess graduation. I don't know. I because I wasn't even really sad. I don't know. That was a whole other thing. But legit, like it just didn't make me very proud. I don't even know how proud I was to get accepted into a college because that is based off of this like seemingly joke high school experience, and you know COVID like lightening up a bunch of things. Um, like I think they were very lenient
yeah.
in letting like admitting students around our range because
Mhm.
some of the classmates I see in college, man, I legit like, how did you get here? Like I don't even mean it in like a mean way, but for like a kid who can't like open a file on a computer or like make a folder or like
Wait,
know how to
what?
like copy and paste a thing, like how did you get here? Like I'm kind of genuinely
What?
curious. Or like the thing,
I
it's just I don't know, so much. It's wild how frequent it is.
I remember at my like freshman, congratulations speech freshman year,
Yeah,
and they're like, we actually took on more students than we can handle. We don't have enough rooms for everyone, and they made a joke out of it. And I'm just sitting there, like, why is that a flex? Why is
yeah,
that like a good
yeah. We
thing?
overmanaged, haha.
Yeah.
That like, yeah,
When
Quality of life suffers.
yeah. Y'all are gonna be cramped. Enjoy. Like,
when I first applied, my school had a 98% higher rate within the first 6 months of graduating.
mhm.
It's 42 now.
Jesus. Yeah, you were telling me that,
Christ.
man. Like
Dude,
your like poll ratings and approval ratings and stuff for that school that you were at, like, are plummeting.
I am at an engineering school, and our engineering rating is actually lower than the school I'm looking for. That's not an engineering school.
wow.
Yeah. Good lord.
No, I make the joke to
Yeah.
my mom, but like it's serious. Like we literally fell for the Nigerian prince scam. Like we sent him the $2,000 to unfreeze his account.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a universal thing too, that like college students have that money guilt, where like they feel like the experiences of the education might not be, sizing up to the price. They definitely don't
Also,
in this
Yeah,
school.
I bet tons feel like that.
Yeah.
because it's
But
also the issue of the degree means nothing anymore. Like, the value of a degree is going down with every, like, we'll call it generation of people looking to work.
Yeah.
it's probably true. I mean, I don't know much about it, but that sounds right.
I mean, I hear a lot of that. Yeah. But then it's also like all we heard going into this was that like you just need that piece of paper. Like that's the only reason I feel like I'm here, because stuff I learned art wise isn't anything I wouldn't have learned myself by just doing more of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it just becomes less and less worth it, seemingly.
Yeah. And we're like, we're in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever go to like college or not. I really don't know.
I've like I threw I threw it out there kind of like as a maybe, but I got a friend who went to trade school, and I feel like that's kind of a better move now in the current economy. In the
Trade
current
school.
what?
Yeah.
It's what I
Oh,
mean.
I was just saying, yeah, trade school.
Yeah,
That's what I hear a lot of people say is like that's guaranteed. Like you go straight to good work and that kind of thing.
yeah,
Yeah, good work, good money, and
Because I
like,
mean, I guess that stuff's
and
always
you don't get
been.
like the same experience, I guess, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like the college experience is much anything anymore,
It's
and at least
mixed.
not compared to like how, or at least how, yeah.
It also feels like more high
I mean,
school.
I get expectations can always be higher than you know, like reality, like in anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't know. This is just like at least when you guys are telling me, like I don't know. I remember you guys saying stuff. I'm like, how is this college? Like, how are you
Bridging.
guys at college? Like,
I th-
I don't know.
yeah.
mm,
I think high school. I don't know if I'm blaming high school for like perspective issues I have now. Because again, that thing of like not considering academic achievements, and that kind of thing. Like, I had a direction I was going with this. I don't remember immediately. They so much of high school, especially obviously the latter half, is about college and like prepping you and getting there
Oh
and applying
yeah,
and that kind of thing. But
they definitely built it
I
up.
think one of my biggest takeaways of college is that like I think all the expectations that they gave me and built up, I think they were all wrong. Like I
yeah.
think they gave me the exact like totally the wrong image of what I was getting into. Um
Yeah, that's what it felt like with high school too.
yeah.
Like I don't know.
It
I remember
definitely
being like all nervous. I was like, "Oh, I'm in high school now. It's going to be a lot harder."
yeah.
And maybe in some
Movies will
ways
do
it
that a
was.
lot too and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I definitely had a lot of that. But like I don't know, man. It a lot of people I hear a lot of people say it does feel like 4 more years of high school in some ways. I mean, there's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
but like slightly more sandbox mode, because I mean you have a lot more choices over what classes you're taking, and you're not at home anymore, and
Yeah, and it's
there
like more definitely more like you're doing your own thing at the
yeah,
same time
there is
as
technically
going to school.
freedom. It it's so funny too, like that setup, that arrangement, that would have been the dream more so in
Yeah.
high school and more so in like middle school. So when I think of the people I was around, like Steven, imagine our class in like that college scenario, like getting to hang out with all those
Middle school
people.
class in college.
Yeah, imagine all those people. Like imagine that group being tight knit now
That
instead of.
that also would have been so much fun.
How amazing does that sound? Like it sounds amazing as a kid, but like it's just so not that environment anymore. Like I don't.
Yeah,
College really
because we're
it should.
actually trying to do stuff with our lives now.
Yeah.
Well, but
In the moment that we do, it's like
even then, like
it flips 180.
college is that mix of like a lot of people, like it's the last barrier between like education and then like life, and
Yeah.
there's also like a ton of unseriousness about college. Like there's a lot of that's very pushed is like go crazy, chill out, blah blah blah. Like it really should feel like a playground, but I mean it doesn't. I mean that could also be because of the like I barely know anybody. Like I've barely made any friends in 3 years now, but like I don't know. Like maybe other people have that feeling. Um
I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's probably all a mixed bag, but it's just it definitely in all ways could have been like way cooler if I
Yeah.
just met the right combination of
Especially
people.
I
like
I think about how different college could have been for me if I went to the school I'm applying to now. If I like thought about it when I was first looking for it.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know. I feel like especially for um I don't know because I mean not without doxing anybody. I mean just like looking at the colleges that y'all go to, it's like bro, these places are so cool and they're just like beautiful and it's like what
Yeah.
but then like what actually happens in there it's like easier than high school sometimes. It's
yeah.
like I don't get it.
I talk a lot of smack about it too. Like, there's been obviously a lot of cool stuff. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
it's a very new, different, obviously unique experience. Obviously compared to high school, because again, I would go to high school, I'd come home. I've been home all my life. And granted, at least over a quarter of the year, I'm still home because there's the whole summer. There's a whole month off for Christmas, bunch of breaks. I come home super fucking often because we see movies a bunch. So like, I'm not super
Yeah.
disjointed from like the life before college, but still, obviously, it's really different. Like you're doing your own thing in a different space.
Mm.
So I don't know. Like there's cool stuff, and I'm definitely I don't think I'm super bad with it anymore. I definitely want to like drop the habit of like if I feel bad in a moment, I don't want to like generalize an entire year as having been bad. You know what I mean? Like if I'm like frustrated with
Yeah.
college, I don't want to say that I never enjoyed a moment in college. Like obviously that's not true.
Mm.
I probably enjoyed like 85%. Like I probably enjoyed way more than I didn't. Um
Yeah. The bad things just seem louder.
yeah, that's always the case. And I don't know.
They hit
It's
harder.
just weird and obviously like I said like just not what you expected. I'm kind of under the impression now though that might just be life. I
Yeah.
think that
Yeah,
might just
for
be
sure. I mean,
everything
because if you
because
think about it,
like
college is just completely like, if we want to get in a very philosophical level, like, it's just a man-made thing. Like, it really doesn't matter. I mean, education matters in the sense that, like, if you want to, like, I'm gonna act like I, I like to just to gain more knowledge, like, as life goes on. So, like, I appreciate like education in that regard, but like, I don't
yeah.
know, the way it's done is like so. I don't know.
I think
It's interesting.
I think
Sometimes it can be a little like lacking
yeah.
Mm.
I think
for
too
at least for the money's worth.
yeah. And I think too though that like also it's upcoming, but I think like
Iconic.
knowledge
Hey,
and like education and whatever like we were saying like that doesn't you can get that obviously anywhere. Like it doesn't have to
Yeah,
come
you get
through a school
family
in
or
like the
YouTube.
strict kind of foundational way I feel like we see it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's that
you
same
have to spend. You
it's
have to get like a student loan to like get a career. You know.
Iconic.
that's right. Like I don't know what that was. Um I don't know. And I guess it's just that thing again of like nothing stuff like super is and super isn't how you expect it's gonna be. And like it's just weird and it's just kind of different. And it also I've talked about it at length. I'm like I'm always stuck in that feeling of like something's about to happen. Like something big is about to happen or it's like some big breakthrough. Like I'm always on the edge of something. Oh, I'm edging. Well, yeah, I'm always on like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like I'm close to something big. I don't know what that means. It's like always very vague. That's a shitty. I don't like that anymore. Like I'm trying to drop that too because I think it's making me like it's making each day feel like it's building up to something instead of being today. You know?
Yeah.
I've definitely felt like
Yeah,
this
for
recently
sure.
too, but like
Like living in the moment.
yeah, and so everything like this and like drawing and writing and stuff like in college, like it and granted, college is supposed to make you feel like that because it's the thing before life, and like it gets hyped up to be this big thing. But like,
Welcome back.
Hello.
I don't even, I don't know. Like, I don't know if that big thing that feels like it's right around the corner, I don't know if that even happens, or like if it does, I don't know if you actually notice it when it does, when it is happening.
Yeah, I think it's so subtle that like most of the time
it's
anyway.
probably a more
What
are we
thing
talking
in
about?
hindsight. We're talking about vague shit. This has been, I think, the more introspective episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
We've been talking a lot about
Yeah.
like college and life and like I guess mostly school and stuff and like
Yeah.
yeah.
I have no experience.
I've got only two more semesters left, and I took like leaving high school, like honestly pretty rough
Mhm.
because I'd
Yeah.
been with people since elementary school,
Yeah.
so like,
Yeah.
and now I'm about to have that again with people I hung out with way more.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
In a shorter time period.
it's a shorter time period, but I've like that's family, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. But that's just so. Well, that's what I was like. I hope that didn't come off as like. I wasn't trying to say like, oh, it's a shorter time period. I was just saying like, it's crazy that like you can even in such a short time period you can make like that much connection with people. Like it's insane.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah, dude. That's one thing I kind of like. If we're going back to just like life stuff, like that's one thing I kind of just really I don't know. Like I knew in the back of my mind the whole time, but then like when you actually experience it, it's like, oh, okay, this is like really what it's about. Is like, those pains of like, I don't know. I mean, at least for me, I, I appreciated the people at my high school, not my actual high school
Absolutely.
experience, if that
Yes.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they are the experience, not the high school.
Yeah.
I kind of had
That's what I
both.
miss.
I mean, this is probably just
Yeah.
coming from like the award ceremony I just had. But like, I don't know, man. Like that, it's just a really good environment.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, especially, I mean, I take it back because there's the one part that I mean, I would say freshman and sophomore year I enjoyed, like when it came to like actual school stuff, because I don't know, it was just normal before the pandemic happened. Um, then the next few years were like awful when it came to school itself, but the people were like always cool. And I think I don't know, and like ask anybody, like, and that was in marching band, and most of them will probably like agree that like that is some of the most like the best memories in like anyone's lives that you could make.
Yeah.
Because that's just I don't know, it's just so perfect for like me and like other people like that. It's just you're doing something that you're passionate about, like music, and like I mean, even if you're not like a musician, music is such like an insane thing that can like bring people together, like emotionally and like I don't know, it's just crazy. And it's such like a bonding thing, like being able to play music, and just like have fun with like a group of people that share that passion. It's just like yeah, I feel like
Music.
okay, this is kind of dark, but I feel like I was thinking about recently. I was like, I wonder what because you know how they say like you kind of relive like some of your best like moments in life like before you die.
Yeah.
I'm totally expecting mine to be like primarily that like marching band.
Yeah.
And again, I've only lived I mean just now 20 years, so like plenty of stuff could happen in the future, but like as of
Yeah.
now, like if I were to die right now, I bet you anything it would be like that would be the last thing I'd be thinking about. Anyway,
I'm sure.
What
back
one
up pretty
episode
deep.
of Stranger Cast does to us, without Aidan does to us.
Dude, the last episode was just sending porn for 20 minutes. Now we're talking about life.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
no, yeah, man. I
perfectly
get that.
explains
I
us.
get that full-heartedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I
too.
wouldn't trade it though, not for a second.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say too, I think you will. I mean, I'm sure we'll all have like a ton of great memories and stuff, but it's also, yeah, like I don't know, you know what I mean, Aaron, and like in 80 years when you conk out, like I wouldn't be surprised if alongside everything else it still took you back to marching band. Like I don't know, man. That stuff's foundational.
For sure. I feel like that's just like that's just like like you said, foundational is very like influential and like what's the word I'm looking for? Like that was such a developmental time of my life.
Yeah.
Like figuring out who I am and like what I enjoy and stuff. And like I don't know, man. Yeah. That definitely is something that like because like even like you said, like even 80-year-olds have like said, like like marching band, anything I did related to playing music was like the best
Yeah.
parts of my life.
Totally.
Yeah.
That stuff like we were saying, like foundational, it's like that thing I've been on of trying to like shake that feeling that I'm building up to something and realize that like I think the thing is already built. You know what I mean? Like this is what it is. Like this is the thing. I don't know. Just that feeling I've always had of everything I'm doing is working towards something bigger is definitely it definitely makes me live less in the present and like think more about the future, even when I even subconscious, like way more subconsciously than I realized, because I didn't consider myself someone who worried about the future, but I think I actually super am, and then I only end up enjoying the present, and I don't want to like I said too, I don't want to generalize as if I haven't been enjoying the present. I've very much been enjoying the present, and like I've very much enjoyed my time in college in like my own way, I guess, but like it also does feel like there are times that I enjoy more looking back than when I was living them. And maybe I just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
But that might also be an everyone thing. Like everyone reminisces, everyone's got good memories and stuff. And like sometimes better memories than how they might have actually gone.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I feel about like, I mean, that's kind of what the pandemic opened my eyes to is like how much like normalcy, is that even a word?
Yeah, normalcy.
Like, yeah, that like how much of that like is really appreciated. Like after the pandemic, like everything just went to like chaos, and I'm like, man, back then, like I would have, I was kind of like just living, and like I didn't even realize it. I was enjoying it without even realizing it. And then like now that it's like it's that thing you're like the classic you don't know what you have until it's gone. Like I was just like, bro, it's crazy.
Totally. And so this shit. Also, welcome back, Steve. The shit I've been going back to more and more, and this is something that like I learned to do that helped me understand. You know how I said that I've talked about it before, but I had an especially recent breakthrough of thinking like I think I really would like to be an art teacher.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is something I've gotten from this trying to live in the moment thing, where I'm thinking back a lot to, because shit was simpler when we were little kids. Like we just enjoyed shit as it happened, and like I just think I'm thinking more and more these days about how I thought when I was a kid and how I saw the world and how I like saw things, and I had a realization I really loved, and I think it happened probably the second half of last year or something. I just wasn't feeling good, and then like I took a moment to like step back, and I was like, dude, like 10-year-old you would think you're the absolute shit right now. Like he would think you're the coolest person on the planet. And it was just in a bunch of little things. Like I have a laptop. Like 10-year-old me would think that's the coolest thing. Even that was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch.
And like showing your old self like all your art, and like it's like, bro, I get to that level.
Yeah, that would blow his mind, because it's like, and I'm not even
a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying that in like I'm a crazy cool dude or anything, or like the stuff I make has been world changing, but like it's stuff that like I only would have dreamed of, and I have all of that, like, and I'm here, and I like in middle school I was listening to the Rooster Teeth podcast, and like, oh, I want to do that. I want to record hanging out with friends and like have all.
We've literally been talking about this for years. We're finally doing it.
Yeah, and it's like we're here.
That's true.
Like this building up feeling, like the stuff I've always wanted to do. I'm in, and like it's been happening, and like this is where we're at, and it's not like in the sense of like this is it, this is what the buildup has been, and then it's all downhill from here. It's just like I don't know,
it's cool.
The like building up to something that thing I think is just life, and like it's always happening. You know what I mean? Like, so you might just be looking forward to something later, and I don't know, blah 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 blah. But I'm
basically saying it's all Dune.
don't ruin it. I don't know. I'm just really liking that simple shit more, like because as a kid, I'd wake up at like 8 a.m. on a Saturday just so I'd have more time to play Mario Galaxy in the morning, like shit like that. Like that was everything to like me as a kid.
Yes. I used to watch Minecraft YouTubers before middle school at like 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. and then get ready for school.
Yeah. And like
that was my after school activity.
The thing I keep going back to a bunch, and this was a couple weeks ago. I think this was during spring break. It had to have been sometime I was home for an extended period of time, so like a full week. I had off, but Ella didn't just yet, so she was still in school and like needed to be picked up from the bus stop. So I don't think I picked her up all 5 days, but like a good chunk of that week, I'd pick her up. It'd be a nice sunny day, so we would hit 7-Eleven and we would just be blasting music. And instead of going straight home, we would like drive around. I think for one time we even drove around for like another hour. Like I've thought about those drives like 700 times, probably in the last week. Like just really simple shit like that, and like I don't know, that's life. Like that's
literally
that's awesome.
Just a
like,
simple.
I don't know. Like that's been some of my favorite memories of this year, and like watching Avatar with Stephen A and hanging out with them, and then this strangercast, like this thing we've always wanted to do, and it's like I've been able to, because Aidan and Steven had that stretch of like not being on Discord as much for like the last few years, or like within the art group, and so then being able to like kind of merge these best of both worlds of like hanging out with Aaron, Comic, and Jay a lot, and hanging out with Aidan and Steven a lot, and now like it's like a group of like my
especially at least for me, Aidan and Steven, because like I hadn't seen I hadn't talked to them like super regularly in like a good like probably 2 years.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was about to say
but it was maybe like once every like 2 months.
I literally went missing for 2 years.
He really did. That's not even an exaggeration.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy though? Something I appreciate is like it just picking up strangercast. It like literally felt like nothing ever changed.
Yeah,
which is something I'm very grateful for.
That was
like I don't know, man.
I think that's always been a good quality that a lot of guys share that I know, where like it's very easy to just pick it all back up, like nothing really disappeared for a minute.
Yeah. I think we said good stuff about it. I definitely yapped a lot.
That's okay. And I do remember one thing I wanted to say, just like really quick.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, that was
just something.
Given the swerve too is like if there was any threads we didn't continue yet.
Yeah, like finishing thoughts. Yeah. So it was just something about when you were talking about like if like the past you could like see you now, like you'd think it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I remember when I got into and I guess some even in like middle school or high school. Like there's just so many. It's crazy how like the less and less that you care. So at least sometimes, the less and less that you care about like achieving like a said thing, then like the more naturally it'll come to you. Sometimes, so sometimes you do have to like care and put a bunch of effort into it. But when it comes to like, I remember in so my freshman year of high school, I wanted to. I knew basically nobody, and like a lot of my old elementary school friends, I like it was a little awkward around because we spent like the 3 years of middle school away from each other because I went to something different than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It was like just me and like 2 other people that I knew, and then I came back and I was like, I just saw all of these people, like this specific friend group that all knew each other from middle school, and I was like, man, I want to be like that. And I saw how like well together like they were getting along, and I was like, I want to become their friends. Like I remember thinking so badly, I was like, oh, I want to like go up there, I want to talk to them, be their friends. I literally hang out. Like I think I hung out with the girl like just like 2 weeks ago.
Hell yeah.
Like, and it's been like 5 years, like since we met. So like, I don't know, man. Like mission very accomplished when it came like just stuff like that. Like wanting to make friends with people or like meet people that I thought were cool at school. Like I basically did it all. Like I talked to everybody that I wanted to, and like I made all the relationships I wanted to. Um, I don't know.
I feel the exact way about college.
Yeah.
Pretty much the exact same way. But I actually do. You did remind me. There was this one guy I knew back in elementary school. I didn't really talk to him that much, but I was just like, we were kind of acquaintances, you know.
Yeah.
We never hung out past that, and we went from elementary to middle to high school, and then I never really saw him again. Last freaking night, I go back to my friend's place. We played Mario Party, or not Mario Party, Mario Kart at 1 o'clock in the morning. And my friend's like, oh yeah, I invited my one friend, since he couldn't make it to meet him at the award ceremony. I was like, oh, okay. And I go out to my car because I had to move it, and that same guy who's just like, oh, what's up, man? I was like, hey, dude. So then I played Mario Kart with him.
Holy shit, that's super
That's
cool.
awesome. Yeah, dude. The world really is a small place,
That
dude.
too.
Like, it's insane. Like how often I remember. There's been so many like weird plot twists, if that makes sense.
Life.
Like I remember one of my like best friends from my freshman year at the time, at least. I don't talk to her that much anymore, but she ended up being my third grade teacher's daughter-in-law, and I was like, what?
Holy
What?
shit.
And I was like, bro, no way. She was like part of my the freshman year clarinet section and band. Like, so we all naturally like were around each other all the time, like the ninth graders. And I was like, wait, you're her daughter-in-law? Like what? And then another one was like actual daughter. There's like another teacher from my elementary school, like my really close friend was her daughter. I'm like, how? You guys look nothing alike. Or like Jay and Skill being cousins. Like I don't know. So many like things I never expected
Yeah.
ended up being like a real thing.
Yeah.
The most predictable thing about life is its unpredictability.
Damn, boy.
True. Dude, get that on a t-shirt. You should coin that.
That's Ratatouille right there.
Holy shit.
But yeah.
I low-key, that line was so hard, I low-key almost would want to end it on that.
Yeah.
You can. I'm down for it.
Yeah. I was going to say a college thing, but I already said that. I can just say it later anyway.
Oh.
What's up, man?
All right, well.
Forget that idea. We're gonna get some gold.
Hey,
I'm in
Aidan.
the mountain. I'm in the mountain.
You're in the mountain?
In the mountain.
How cold is it?
Take me to the mountain.
In the woods. I'm in the woods.
Are you okay?
Oh.
Will you carry Madame Zeroni up the mountain?
you
No,
walk
not Madame
this
Zeroni
way?
level. The desert, Brady, you dumb fuck. We're in the mountains of Virginia.
Gotcha.
Not Madame Zeroni, not Zero, not X-Ray.
There are mountains in Virginia?
Shut
Virginia.
You're so lucky, I love you.
Aidan, are you lost?
Not lost, but found. It's not about the destination, but the journey.
Uh-huh.
I've been saying that a lot tonight, but I'm just outside right now. I'm letting the cold hit my body.
How do you feel about life?
Huh?
How do you feel about life?
Life is good. Life is actually really good right now.
That's great.
That's
Hell
good
yeah,
to hear.
brother.
Life is good. I have a drink in my hand and my phone in my other. Not my pressure makes diamonds.
Any car keys?
Talk about a t-shirt saying.
This is a great way to end off the very serious episode.
Are we ending the podcast?
Yeah, we're at the end right now.
We're just about to, but
hit that bell for notifications. What the fuck? Was that an Android notification? What the fuck was that?
it was Clown Aaron from an hour ago.
Aidan.
Yeah.
And shout out the upcoming episode.
Shout out to this episode. Good night. Have a good night.
And there you
All right,
go.
guys. I love you guys. Have a good night. I'm gonna go back inside. My phone is on 18%. 18%. Remember that.
18%.
Wait, leave when
I'm
it's
in
at
a
17.
mountain.
That's the episode.
I'm in a mountain. I'm in a mountain.
You're in the
I'm
mountain.
He's in the mountain.
On a mountain, in a mountain. Where aren't we in a mountain?
Gosh.
Brady.
Yeah.
Brady. There's Dune enjoyers here.
That's terrible. You should push them.
People who have read the book, Brady. People who have read the book.
You should push them.
I should kill them. I didn't say that though. From me. That wasn't from me.
Yeah, that was
Legally, not me.
That was the voices.
It's the voices. They're talking to me.
Yeah, what are they saying?
Not much really. Just that we're in a mountain.
Tell your parents.
Nightmare.
No, just that we're in a mountain. Mostly that we're just in a mountain. That's what the voices are saying. It's a mountain.
Well, that's good. They sound pretty chill.
In the mountain.
All right, I'm gonna play Fortnite later probably, but
Nice.
All right.
Okay, and with that, I
Slay.
bid you a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Mr. Beast out.
Hell yeah.
And as long as I got my suit and tie.